All right, everybody, welcome back to the #1 television program in the history of the entire universe. I am Brian Lee Durfee, author of The Forgetting Moon, The Blackest Heart, and The Lonesome Crown, all three books published by Simon & Schuster's Saga Press. Today I'm going to be reviewing Deepsix by Jack McDevitt. This is book number 2 in his Priscilla Hutchins Academy series of science fiction novels. There are 8 books in the series so far that I have. They are right here. This one is book number 2, so it fits in the series like this. Now, if you look at the spines of the books, you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the books have a spine that matches. The other 3 books are kind of random. I'm not going to sweat too much about it. You know, that kind of thing really bothers me, but I'm not going to let it bother me this time. We'll let it go. The cover is cool. The cover is, the artist is not noted anywhere in the book, so I don't know who the artist was. Came out in 2001, this book. But it's got a cool cover of a planet with a crashed spaceship here, and a big, huge other planet about to crash into this planet. So what is this about? Starts out a prologue, about a 20-page prologue. Takes place in the year 2204. So what is that, 200 years from now? I don't know, 180 years from now. So anyway, there's a scientific team on the planet that is called, gosh, what is the planet called? Maliva 3. Maliva 3. Or, as it's been nicknamed, Deepsix. Because people can't remember Maliva 3. I mean, I almost forgot it. But Deepsix I can remember. Anyway, the prologue starts with, well, it's a tragedy and error of sorts. The scientific team that has reached Maliva 3 to study what's going on runs into tragedy and error. And possibly dragons? Anyway, but they're forced to evacuate this planet because it's too dangerous. The planet has just got a lot of wild things on it that are crazy, like the possible dragons, bugs that are as big as German shepherds, and beetles that are like big as suitcases. I mean, stuff like this. I mean, you just don't want to be around on a planet like this. So they evacuate. They're like, let's stop studying this. Although it is a planet that sustains life, so there is interest, but too dangerous, let's back off. Well, in the year 2223, so basically 19 years after our prologue, scientists discover that a rogue moon hurtling itself through space is going to crash into this planet, Maliva/Deepsix, going to crash into it and obliterate it, just destroy it. So they're like, oh my gosh, let's go watch this event happen. So if you're rich enough in this world, you can get on a starship, park yourself by this planet, and you can watch the show. So that's what's going to happen. Everybody's going to have a ringside seat for these 2 planets to collide, and they're going to be, it's like a fire where the fireworks are going to be like, yeah, and then they're going to go home. But the scientific community decides, well, since this is a planet that's known to sustain life, let's send another scientific team down to study it in the 20 to 30 days or some odd days that we have left before these 2 planets collide. And so that's what they do. Because they think there might be intelligent life there. What they do is they kind of discover amongst the giant beetles and spiders and possible dragons, there's also evidence of maybe some buildings, some structural things that an intelligent life form would have left. So they're like, let's give it a second shot. Let's send some more people down there to study this before the big catastrophic planet collision. And so they do. They send a group led by our main character of this entire series, Priscilla Hutchins, who in her team of Academy people, scientists, that go down, and in every book they study some weird phenomena out in the universe 200 years from now. Because I think all these books take place somewhere in the years 2220s, which would be literally 200 years from now. Anyway, so those are the main characters. We get to see the main characters of the Academy, at least in book 1 and 2. Priscilla is the main one. She's the team leader. They go down to study and glean what they can about the life forms and possible civilizations that are on this planet, Malave 3, nicknamed Deepsix. But of course, once they get there, the world is very hostile. They may or may not be stranded there in a race in time to, like they're racing time to find a way off the planet before it goes explodey, or explodies. I mean, so that's kind of the whole gist of it. And then it's fun to discover on this planet, this hostile world that they're stranded on, that they have to race to get off of before it explodes. It's kind of fun to follow them as they discover different things, as there's chase scenes, as things chase them around. And it's just kind of a cool science fiction book. It's pretty thick. It's probably 500 pages long. It's a decent bit of science fiction writing. I did like book number 1 quite a bit, which was The Engines of God. And now I've done book number 2, and we've got 6 more to go, and we'll read and review all of those on the channel. But Deepsix, I quite liked this. I'm going to give this a solid 9 out of 10 stars. Thank you very much.